Okay, this video will show you how to record a basic drum beat on Logic and then add some embellishments to that beat. So it's important that before you start to do anything that you save your work. So I'm just going to go Command, or actually I'll do it this way. I'll go Save As, and then make sure that you navigate to your student folder here in your appropriate find your appropriate form, and here just in this folder here, could you please name the project your full name? I'll call it this, and drum beat. Okay, and then save your work. That's the first step. Okay, now hopefully you've looked at the assignment here on Canvas, and you've had a look at this video here, which shows a basic drum beat. And here on Logic, if I click on this green region, you'll see here on the piano roll that I've started to program or input the notes of that basic drum beat here. You can see I've got kick drum on beats 1 and 3. I've got snare drum on beat 2 and 4. And I've got hi-hats here on every 8th note or quaver beat. So the first step, guys, is that we are going to continue inputting these notes for the entire 4 bars of this region. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. The long way to do it is just to, remember, you can activate your pencil tool by clicking Command. So you click like this. Remember, and if you accidentally put the note in the wrong place like this, you release the pencil tool by lifting your finger off Command. Then using the arrow tool, you can drag it to the right place. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, holding down Command, and I'm clicking on every 8th note, or in other words, every second little rectangle, like this. I might just continue with this method now rather than showing you the other method. It doesn't take that long. And then kick and snare on every crotchet beat. So we go kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick. Remember, if you put in a wrong note, then you release the pencil tool and just move it to where you want it. There we go. So if you hit play now, okay, it should sound like the basic drum beat from the video that you've just watched. Now, boys, after you've completed this basic drum beat, the next step is to add some embellishments to that beat without overdoing it, just to add a bit of interest. So I might start by adding some 16th notes in the hi-hats. So I might have my hi-hat pattern go T, 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 and then I might do ticka ticka here. Remember, each rectangle represents a 16th note or a semiquaver. So if I do 4 rectangles like this, that is a ticka ticka rhythm, ticka ticka. So now I've got T, 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 ticka ticka, T, T. And next bar I might go T, 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 ticka T, ta. And so I'll just highlight this and delete it. And then I actually like that pattern, so I might continue it. T, T, so we've got T, T, oh sorry, that's the previous beat from here, sorry, from bar 3. T, 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 ticka ticka, T, T, and then T, 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 ticka T. And maybe we'll do something different on the final beat. I might go T ticka, like that. You can also create some interest in the kick drum, if you like. Maybe sometimes we've got basically just on beat 1 here, but maybe sometimes you want to do a TT rhythm. I mean, technically, this is a TT if you want to be technical about it, because a TT should last for 2 of these little rectangles. Each T should last for 2, but it doesn't really matter. So I might make that my pattern. Ta, boom, ti, ti, boom, ta, boom, ti, ti. Like that. And then I might keep that pattern going as well. Now, of course, after you've done this, and you've got a nice drum beat happening here that you're happy with, by the way, don't overdo it. Don't just start randomly clicking things. That is not going to achieve a good result. You might want to add, see if you click any of these, here we go, there's a cowbell. You might want to add some other patterns here. And then keep it going. Remember, patterns, creating patterns is what's going to sound good. Just putting in random notes is not going to get a good musical result. So you want to create patterns. By the way, if you want to use another technique of inputting notes, once you've got a 1-bar pattern that you like, or a 2-bar pattern in this case, you can click and drag over the notes you like. And then if you hold down the Option key and hover over one of those selected notes, so hold down Option and then click, you can actually copy the whole of the selected notes that you've done. So now if I play this pattern, I've got now I like that pattern. I think that's really effective. And now what we're going to do, because you've all looked carefully at the rubric here, and you can see here that to get top marks, you need to create 16 bars. You need to loop it for 16 bars. So we're going to go back to Logic, and then we're going to hover over the top right of the region, and we're going to click and drag it out all the way up to bar 17. See, so now this 4-bar pattern cycles for 16 bars. And I can change this cycle region now. So if I hit play now, it's going to play that drum pattern for 16 bars, like that. And if you finish that nice and early, you can play around with creating a bass line. And that is how you create a basic drum beat, guys. Enjoy.